1, 2, 3, clap. Sorry, that was my bad. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, clap.
That's better. Clap. Good clapping.
Clap, clap, clap.
Tonight.
Okay. We did this section.
I think that's only section we are.
Yep.
No.
Alright, let's look at this section here. What is the book mentioned in these chapters? Nephi's prophecy in 2nd Nephi, for chapters 26 and 27, which draws heavily from an earlier prophecy of Isaiah, foretells the coming forth of the Book of Mormon. This prophecy describes the following. The words of Lehi's seed and his descendants, speaking from low out of the dust, with a familiar spirit and being sealed up in a book. A portion of the book being given to a learned man who says, I cannot read it. In addition to Isaiah, other biblical prophets allude to the Book of Mormon. So let's see. So in the Old Testament,
Read it, Danny?
where we go.
So 11.
Yep.
And the vision of all is become unto you as the world of a book that is sealed, which delivered to one that is wrong, saying, read this, I pray thee, and he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. I did not get any bit of that.
That is
Isaiah for you.
Isaiah for you. I should say.
I know. So it's saying that let's see.
So it's referring to, so this is from the Old Testament. So this was from a prophecy way, way, way back when. And there was a portion of the book, being the Book of Mormon, that was given to a learned man who says, I cannot read it, right? Well, if we look at Joseph Smith history, this is what happened. So there was Martin Harris. He was one of the people that helped with the translation of the Book of Mormon. He's able to take part of the translation and he took it to some really intelligent professors at the university. So,
Well, and he took the translation along with transcriptions of the characters that were on the plates.
yeah.
Right, so he said, this is what it says on the plates, and here's how we've translated it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, so I went to the city of New York and presented the characters which had been translated with the translation thereof to Professor Charles Anthony, a gentleman celebrated for his literary attainments. Professor Anthony stated that the translation was correct, more so than any he had before seen translated from the Egyptian. I then showed him those which were not yet translated, and he said they were Egyptian, Chaldaic, Assyriac, and Arabic. And he said they were true characters. He gave me a certificate certifying to the people of Palmyra that they were true characters, and that the translation of such of them had been translated was also correct. I took the certificate and put it into my pocket, and was just leaving the house when Mr. Anthony called back and asked me how the young man found out that there were gold plates in the place where he found them. I answered that an angel of God had revealed it unto him. He then said to me, let me see that certificate. I accordingly took it out of my pocket and gave it to him. When he took it and tore it to pieces, saying that there was no such thing now as ministering of angels, and that if I would bring the plates to him, he would translate them. I informed him that parts of the plates were sealed, and that I was forbidden to bring them. He he replied, "I cannot read a sealed book." I left him and went to Dr. Mitchell, who sanctioned what Professor Anthon had said respecting both the characters and the translation. So, even way back then, in the times of Isaiah, that's well before Christ was even born on the earth.
Before Nephi and his family even left Jerusalem.
Yeah? He prophesied of this happening, of how Nephi and the descendants of Lehi were going to speak out of this book. And that's helping us to know that there are other prophets in the Bible talked about the Book of Mormon. In Ezekiel, it speaks of a stick of Joseph, which could refer to the record of the Nephites who were descendants of Joseph. This record would become one with the stick of Judah, meaning the Bible. Okay?
And they would call them sticks because they would use big sticks and then roll them onto scroll on.
Yeah, roll the paper onto it.
Then Joseph said, that was 64, and they were all pretty long, that was.
That was a very long verse. So when it says the stick of Joseph, it's not talking about Joseph Smith. It's talking about
Not just
Joseph
that was the
that was
coat
sold
of
into
many
Egypt.
colors.
Right? And all of Lehi and his family are descendants of
Jews.
Joseph that was sold into Egypt,
Yeah.
not Joseph Smith.
Okay. That's this section for tonight.
Say
So
happy birthday to Dad.
Happy birthday to Dad.
More candles?
Candles?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Done.
Can you do a thumb?
A thumb? No, a happy birthday to Dad.
A happy birthday thumb?
Thumb.
Happy